Remember that old saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. It's something we all heard growing up. A mantra meant to toughen us up against the harshness of the world. Yeah, it turns out that's about as accurate as a weatherman in a hurricane. Science says insults hurt, like actually hurt, and not just in a metaphorical sense. Brain scans show that verbal insults trigger the same areas of the brain as physical pain. It's fascinating and a bit alarming to see how our brains process these emotional wounds. So that sting you feel when someone throws shade, it's not just in your head, it's your head. Your brain is literally lighting up in the same way it would if you were physically hurt. This means that emotional scars can be just as real and lasting as physical ones. But here's the silver lining. The good news is you don't have to be a punching bag. You can build resilience and learn to deflect these verbal attacks. There are scientifically proven ways to handle insults and walk away feeling good. Techniques like mindfulness, self-compassion, and cognitive restructuring can help you manage the emotional impact. Think of it like verbal judo. Use your opponent's weight against them. By staying calm and composed, you can turn the situation around and come out stronger. Ever notice how some insults stick with you longer than others? It's not just about the words themselves, but how you react. When someone throws an insult, they're trying to take control, to make you feel small. Your reaction determines whether they succeed. Get angry, defensive, or tearful? Congratulations, you just handed them the keys to your emotional car and let them drive. But if you stay calm, collected, and even a little amused, you take back the wheel. You show them their words have no power over you. Think of it this way. An insult is like a tennis serve. The server hits the ball, the insult, but it's your return, your response, that determines how the game plays out. Do you crumble under pressure and hit the ball into the net, or do you return it with a killer backhand? The way you respond to an insult can actually change its effect on you. Respond effectively, and you can turn that insult into a moment of personal empowerment. Method 1. You again, always with the ascribing category membership. One effective way to deflect an insult is to act like it's just the insulter being themselves again. This diminishes the power of their words. For example, let's say someone calls you lazy. Instead of getting defensive, you could calmly reply, "There you go again," always with the lazy label. What is it this time? By doing this, you're not engaging with the content of the insult, but rather pointing out their predictable behavior. Method 2. You're right, I could have. Amplifying points about the insulter. Another strategy is to take something they're criticizing and amplify it, but in a way that highlights their own flaws. This method can be particularly effective in disarming the insulter and turning the tables on them. This is a subtle way of saying, "Look who's talking." It's a clever tactic that can make the insulter reflect on their own behavior. Let's say someone criticizes your presentation skills. They might say you were boring or unengaging. You could respond with, "You're right, I could have been more engaging." This shows you're open to feedback. "I'm still learning to captivate an audience like you clearly do." This not only acknowledges their point, but also subtly suggests they think highly of their own skills. This response acknowledges their criticism, but flips the script by implying they're an expert in the area they criticized you for. It's a way to turn a negative comment into a backhanded compliment, making the insulter reconsider their approach. Method 3. Okay, I see your point, and co-constructing criticism. This method involves acknowledging the insult, but then turning it into an opportunity for constructive dialogue. Instead of reacting defensively, you engage the other person in a meaningful conversation. This shows them you're not afraid of criticism and can even use it to improve. It demonstrates maturity and a willingness to grow from feedback, no matter how it was initially presented. For example, if someone comments on your outfit choice, you could say, "Okay, I see your point, and I appreciate the feedback." This opens the door for a more constructive exchange. What kind of outfit do you think would have worked better in this situation? By asking this, you invite the other person to share their perspective in a more positive and helpful manner. By doing this, you're shifting the conversation from a personal attack to a discussion about different perspectives. This not only diffuses the initial tension, but also fosters a more collaborative and understanding environment. Ultimately, co-constructing criticism can transform potentially negative interactions into opportunities for growth and mutual respect. It encourages open communication and builds stronger relationships. In the end, remember this: the goal isn't to win an argument with an insulter. It's to retain your dignity, your composure, and most importantly, your sense of humour. Because when you can laugh in the face of an insult, you take away its power and come out on top. If you like this video, hit like and subscribe for more.